All right, good evening, everybody. We're going to call the meeting to order. It's 6:03 p.m. We'll do roll call first. Position 1, Chris Durrett.
Present.
Position 2, Martina McNichols.
Present.
Position 3, Donald Atkinson.
Present.
Position 4, Damon Collins is out today. Position 5, Jason Black, I'm present. Position 6, Derek Dalmelin.
Present.
Position 7, Rabina Spruill.
Present.
All right, everybody join me for the pledges, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have public comments. Do we have any public comments tonight? No public comments. We'll move on. We have a presentation from Bighorn Cantina Project. Bighorn Cantina Project, come on and give it to us. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all. Hi, my name is Paul Groman. I have Britt Dixon here, who's one of the owners, and Alan Mueller, who works with me. We've been in northern Missouri County for the last 30-plus years. The Dixons have they've been here longer than we have, so they've been a real good corporate citizen. They own the business right next door, or just one door down, not the Stripes. And they want to add another restaurant to their repertoire. It would be the property immediately to the east of them, current location. They are anticipating spending in excess of $7 million in construction. By the time you figure the furniture, fixture, equipment, it'll be over $8.5 million. They'll create 45 jobs, $1 million+ payroll annually, and they'll pay in about $60,000 in sales tax to the city and EDC, and about $45,000 to $50,000 in property tax annually. Brought some pictures so you can kind of see what we're proposing. Layout, we're talking about something very, 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 very nice. A place that you can go to dinner and go someplace nice. Two things that are important. This is the existing location of the Bighorn store. This Russell Street here would be abandoned. That's what the city has asked us to do, is abandon that. That allows this to be one parcel. I have more parking available, stuff like that. Second restaurant would be here. This is School Road. Part of the $7 million plus expansion of construction price is widening School Road. It's up here at large. It narrows down to about a 22-foot lane, and we would widen it to match the stuff that's north up by the school itself. So the city gets that. That's several $100,000 in construction there that the city gets. What really is a public street. So that's the big points. I can answer questions if you have questions. Britt Dixon's here. He can answer questions probably much better than I can. Alan can answer questions. Our request is for $1.2 million. Again, that's less than about 17% of what they're going to spend. And you might think about how much effort, time, effort, and cost goes into building a restaurant, especially in the post-COVID days when you have those things at risk. It's very difficult to finance. They're very difficult to find enough equity to build these projects. So they're taking a real risk with you. If you will help them, they're taking a real risk with you in Manvel. I think you'll enjoy them just as well as you've enjoyed their first store. And if you don't go by, I'm always amazed. I don't care when I come by the store, I stop by, it's always full. So they're doing something right already. So we ask for your help in doing something right again. Questions, comments?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yes.
Just mention the downtown.
Oh, they have to keep me on trail here. One thing that we've talked about, and this is always important to cities that are on the grow, is trying to create some type of downtown district. And of course, Highway 6 doesn't lend yourself to being a downtown district because it's such a major highway. But again, I've been here for 33 years. This is downtown Manvel, if we had a downtown Manvel. But what you have here in place is already some real positives with the churches, with the government buildings, a couple banks. There's a lot of synergy right here in this corridor where we are right now. What you really need to do is make sure that that intersection of Highway 6 and 1128 improves the rest of the area. It could be the real magnet. The school, of course, is north of us, but there's lots of vacant property north of the school and to the east of the school. And that entire area, I think, could grow into a core downtown if you'll assist it.
I'll kind of start off a little bit. I first of all just want to say, I would consider the original Bighorn Barbecue an anchor to Manvel at this point, and I want to thank you guys for investing when not a lot of people were investing into the city. And you go by there, you're going to see 3-4 of my people there every day, pretty much all day long. Most of that sometimes is me as well. And so you guys have done a great job, and by the renderings on this, it looks like it's going to be something similar to that, and I love to see that. So kudos to you guys for going there and doing that ahead of everybody else. And I can't confirm that we're going to give $1 million, but I can tell you did a great job on the other one, and I hope that this one would be just as successful as that one. So.
Yeah, it will. The help is really appreciated, and they'll do the quality job. We do very few consulting jobs anymore, and with this one, we wanted to do it because we're so proud of working with them.
So it looks like this one's not going to have a drive-through. From what I'm seeing on the renderings, there's not going to be a drive-through on this one.
No.
It's going to be sit down. What's kind of the concept that you guys are comfortable sharing right now?
True. Brett, I'm going to punt this one to you.
Yeah, just a Papacito style Tex-Mex cantina is really what we hope to achieve.
With our current city regulations, will you be able to serve margaritas?
Absolutely.
Just curious about that.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So we just can't have them selling liquor in where we're at right now is the previous conversations we've had around this. But for a restaurant to serve whatever they want, they're able to do that.
I mean, they sell wine and stuff.
I think there are beer and wine margaritas, and then there's
So that falls under the beer and wine.
but not in the restaurant
Yeah.
business.
Can we do tequila margaritas at this point, or no?
I don't believe Tammy can tell you the history of our.
I would love to know that, because I think that's an important piece to a Mexican restaurant, in my opinion. I don't even drink, but I know it's very important.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways we can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to share that with them, or?
No, I mean, we can do it without the hard liquor, so I think that's the way we're going to achieve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of the same as what you'd see if you went to Brooke Conway's. The same type of drinks that they have down there are the same. It's based off of the amount of food. There's a certain percentage of food that has to be sold to get the TABC license to do the wine and malt style liquors right now, being that we're considered still a dry
Right.
location.
And we're doing that at Bighorn right now, too, so, yeah.
I think it just brings up the point that we've had a couple times here of trying to move that forward, and
We got to find a way to move it.
yeah, finding a way. I think that would be beneficial if we could get
Yeah.
tequila margaritas and things like that to be sold in the city. That's something that we've discussed in the past, and so it's something that maybe with this moving forward, we could help to push forward a little bit
That would
for
help.
you guys.
Yeah.
So my question on this is, we are going to go back and talk about this in executive session. If they hang around, can we kind of get our thoughts together and maybe get some questions for you guys as a group, and then we'll come back out and
Absolutely.
have a little bit of dialogue back and forth?
Sounds good.
This is really important to making the project work, and we recognize some of the boundaries you have to look at, but it will be a linchpin to a really improved area, I think.
Okay, thank you, guys. We're going to move to executive session now at 6:13 PM, and we will return.
Thank you.
Oh, I got to read it, I'm sorry. Manvel Economic Development Corporation will convene into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551 5.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations to discuss the following. Discuss economic development incentives request for Bighorn Cantina. Okay, we will close our executive session and reconvene the meeting at 7:26 PM. There was no action taken during executive session, and we will open up into our regular agenda. Item A is consideration and possible action to direct staff on project application 2025-01 Bighorn Cantina. Okay, thank you guys for sticking with us for all that time. Obviously, there was a lot of conversation going back and forth. We do have a couple questions, so I'm not sure who wants to answer for us. And I'll just kind of start with the questions. First question is, what are the specific costs of the extension of the city utilities necessary to serve the site? I think in one of the paragraphs that there was some cost specifically to utilities feeding this site. Are they not already to the site? Do we have to extend them from one side of the road or the other? And what are those costs specifically?
Hi, Alan Mueller. Again, yeah, it's the according to the engineer, we need to extend the water line along the frontage of the property, along Large Avenue, and then down School Road property, School Road side. So he's not here this evening. I don't have an exact number on that, but I would guess that's probably in the $100,000 range for that part of the project.
Do you know if that line was oversized to feed more than just your property, or if it was just sized enough for this project?
That number would have been just based off of serving this property, yes. So if there was an oversizing, it could be more than that.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's important to us as we look at these projects is to make sure that as we're putting that infrastructure in, that we're not only serving the one project, but we're also serving multiple projects down the road,
right,
and multiple properties.
Yeah, and so if we extend it, to school, then it could be extended, further as well. And then the school road improvements, I think, are somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 or 250, somewhere in the neighborhood. I think it's around 200,000. Plus all the soft costs, for improving the paving on School Road.
So that's to widen the road and do that whole part of the project?
Yes, sir. So, yeah, north of Large, it's a concrete street that's 3 lanes that accommodates the school traffic. And so in talking with the city administration, what they would like to see is that same paving width extended south all the way to Highway 6.
I will just add in, too, that can be a really strong negotiation piece with the city, not necessarily with EDC, but on the oversized lines and the utilities and things like that. That would be helpful moving the project forward with them also. Go ahead.
So with a 300-person capacity, I was curious, Bighorn Barbecue, what is the capacity of that dining area?
The dining area right now is just under 200.
Oh, okay.
I think we're 180, 190.
Got it.
So it'll be
Okay.
bigger.
Got it.
What's the projected capacity for the meeting space in the new restaurant?
Private meeting space, 80 to 100.
And that's not in addition to the 300?
No.
Right.
Okay, another question for specific costs is, do you have the impact fee and permit fee specific costs yet?
No, the engineer has not given us those numbers yet.
Okay, another question that we had, and just reading through the paragraphs that you sent in the application, if EDC cannot invest in this project, then what does the project look like? Does the project downsize? Does it stay the same? What happens at that point?
It's going to stay the same.
Yeah, I do think the School Road improvements, have to probably be taken out. And then as well as the Russell Avenue abandonment is going to cost something as well. So that's another area that could be possibly scaled back. But I think the building itself probably ends up being.
And the restaurant piece will stay the same.
Yeah.
Chris, did you want to speak on that?
Sure. Well, I'll just say on behalf of the whole board here that we really appreciate you guys taking the look that you have at Manvel. Obviously, y'all's footprint has grown, and we know that y'all have many areas that y'all could choose from. And so the fact that you would, look at the success you've had in Manvel, which something that was said in the meeting was how well Bighorn Barbecue represents the values and the culture of Manvel, and how proud we are to have you guys. And really our hope would be that we could be such great partners with you guys, and certainly not an adversarial type of thing, to where we would support the future growth that you guys, when you have your third concept in the future that you guys decide you might want to try out, we would want there to be no second thought in y'all's mind about where you would want to do it, because Manvel would be the place. So we love what you guys are doing, and we have no doubt the future is very bright for you, and we're grateful that Manvel is going to be the home for that. Bighorn Cantina.
Yeah, I second everything Chris said. I told you guys in the beginning, I mean, we love Bighorn, right? And if I think taking the temperature of the group, we would love to fund this thing 100%. We love the project. We think that it's going to be incredibly successful. We wish you guys nothing but success. You guys are going to kill it. I mean, Bighorn Barbecue kills it. The canteen is going to do great. So congratulations on that. I think it's awesome. But the dollars and cents of it is we just don't have the money to be able to do that. And I'll tell you, our annual budget right now is $160,000, and you guys want $1.2 million. And that for us is the biggest restriction, is we just don't produce the money to be able to put a project together this size for you guys on a single project. It's not because we don't want the project to be successful or that we don't want it to happen. We absolutely want it to happen. We want to do everything we can to help. We just don't have the money to be able to put up $1.2 million. So we are going to, I think as a group, as a whole, unanimously, we are going to help with the project. It's not going to be the numbers that you guys want, but we do want you to know that we want to partner no matter how we can. We just don't have the funding to be able to do the full amount. And so I think with that, if somebody would like to make a motion for what we talked about back there, and it'd be a big surprise, I don't know. Go ahead if you want. Somebody wants to go.
I make a motion that we approve $150,000 for the Bighorn Cantina project. With,
It's to direct the staff to start the process. We have to publish it before you can approve anything.
Well, it's up to the board chair to recognize
Absolutely.
somebody from the.
One of the things we probably should have said, and we didn't recognize your limitations, and we understand how that works, is this is a multi-year project, is it would really help us close the gap that if you couldn't do it, if you can do 150 this year, if you could do maybe 2 or 3 years in a row of doing that, and allow, because we're going to kick into the kitty, because we're going to be bringing sales tax into the pot as well. And we think things will happen good around us. If you get that, you're going to have such a magnificent corner there with 2 nice facilities side by side that you currently don't have anywhere in town. And my suggestion to you is rather than try to go smaller, is maybe do it over a longer duration, maybe 3 years of doing that, with 150 a year for 3 years or 4 years, whatever it took. It does impact the project. The Dixons are committed to quality. They're committed to the site, but it won't be as good. They simply can't be. I mean, it is a big ticket deal. Anyway, just a thought.
No, and I think everybody on the board understands that, and I don't think that's new information. I'm not even sure if that's legal to do that, but.
Well, we only budget for year to year, so, I mean, it would have to be subject to appropriation. I mean, if another 9/11 happens or something happens and sales tax just goes through a pandemic or something, we don't have the money and we don't have it budgeted, then we've got a contractual commitment we can't honor. So it would be difficult. We'd have to have a lot of qualifiers in it and think about how we would structure something like that.
So it basically would be a suggestion to next year's board saying, hey, year 1, we're doing 75, and we're suggesting that year 2, you guys consider doing another 75, but we can't obligate.
Could they reapply or no?
There's no limitation or time limit for applying or reapplying, and if we do for different grants, like at one point we had sign grant, and if we do a generator grant like we talked about, there may be things with our other things that we do have budgeted that they would still be able to apply for too, yes.
Okay, I mean, legalities aside, we don't have the money to give you. And so this is the max that we feel comfortable. Again, it's the majority of our budget annually already that we're willing to give up on this. I don't think there's a lot of bend in that. We still have a lot of infrastructure coming up in the city of Manvel that they're going to lean on EDC for. We can't sell the entire farm for it. We'd love the project. If we could, we would. If we had $5 million laying around, I guarantee you we'd be a lot better positioned than what we are right now. We're just not. And so, it kind of is what it is on that for us. I don't want to take the temperature down on our excitement about it, but, the dollars and cents of it for us, that's all we can do.
So Tammy, can you maybe speak to the next steps for today, what we can do? And
So your motion just needs to be very clear that the motion is to direct staff on the project application to publish the notice of project for up to $150,000.
And it was for impact fees, city utilities, and site improvements to fit in the statute. Just to put that on the record.
Got it?
Got it. I think. We'll see. I make a motion to direct staff on the project application 2025-01 Bighorn Cantina for $150,000 towards impact fees, city utilities, and site improvements.
up to?
Up to 150.
We have a motion. Can we get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Hey, we're excited, guys. We hope this thing goes through, and we hope it's super successful. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in with us.
Do you want to vote against it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Just make sure.
We'll keep moving through the process, but, before we get to the end, we'll certainly have to, think about what that does to the overall, program at the end.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to B, consideration and possible action to approve the engagement letter with Crow LLP for audit services. Tammy?
you've got that in your packet. This is the same company that's done your audit with the city's audit for the past several years. The difference is the name. They were, goodness, my mind just went blank.
An old name?
Yes. Anyway, so it's Crow. The amount has been budgeted for already. If you look in the, on page 4, the amount is the $4,995. That is consistent with what your audit costs are. This is just the engagement letter saying that we're going to go with this company. And typically what we've done historically is we kind of piggyback under the city's audit. It helps keep y'all's fees down, but they do a separate audit completely, and they offer the auditor's information specific to you guys.
This is for auditing the EDC for fiscal year 2024.
Correct.
Understood.
And this is the same firm that does the
Correct.
city's audit also. Okay, can we get a motion? All right, I'll make a motion to approve consideration and possible action to approve the engagement letter with Crow LLP for audit services. Can we get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Regular agenda C, discussion and review of proposed updates to the MEDC project application and business grant application. We had Tammy was going to get us some approvals for this, but we're running a little behind on getting the approvals. So the ask for this is that we would table this until our next meeting when we can have the paperwork in hand.
Approvals for the scorecard?
Yeah, I just want some more samples for y'all to look at. I was only able to put 2 together from last meeting to this meeting, but I want you to have some more things. I didn't get a look at as many examples out there, so I'm not happy with what I've got for you.
Got it.
Okay.
I make a motion to table agenda item C.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Y'all sure you don't want to just work through the night and get this thing done?
All right, can we get a motion to pass our consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to pass our consent agenda.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Any notes, Tammy, before we?
The only thing I want to mention is Monday night, City Council will be voting on the appointments for the board vacancies. If y'all want to come and speak during the citizens' comments with, on the current board and what your recommendation would be to them, definitely welcome to do that. There are a total of, I think, six to eight new applicants that have also applied for the board.
I suggest everybody come voice their opinion to the city council.
I will come and revoice my opinion that I spoke about. So it's this coming Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the 17th?
We're agreeing.
Yes.
All right, somebody get us out of here.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes 6-0.